Hello, I'm Frank Hannaway, and this is Sita. Welcome to Big Journey, Small Steps. Well, it's true. I'm adopted. I've been adopted by Sita. And I'm just going to tell you this story a little bit this week. Last week there was a terrible thunderstorm, and the next morning when we got up, there was this starving dog in the carport. And Mom and I were trying to get somewhere, and I said, if she's still here when we get back, I've got to feed this dog because she's not in good shape, and I couldn't imagine what I was going to feed her. But anyway, we got home, and there she is, just wagging her tail and waiting for us. And all I had to give her were some veggie burgers because I'm a vegetarian. And I fed her and then went inside and then came back out a little later. She was still there. I gave her another veggie burger, and then I went and bought dog food, and the next day she was still there, and the next day she was still there, and the next day I took her to the veterinarian to see if she had a chip, which she did not. And so she got the whole battery of shots and examinations, and it seems like she had already been spayed. She got her rabies shot and all those things, and she decided to adopt us. When they scanned for the chip, there was no chip, she was 20 pounds underweight. Now she should weigh about 50 pounds, we think, and she weighed 29 pounds when I took her to the vet. So she was starving, and she is the sweetest dog. She's already housebroken. I can't imagine that somebody would let this dog out, and I swore I would not have another dog. And the reason for that is I had my ex-partner and I raised Chihuahuas, and I got the first one after my grandmother died. My grandmother and I were very, very special friends as well as grandmother and grandson. And when she died, I got this little long coat Chihuahua named Teddy, and he lived for 17 years, and it was one of those special relationships that you have in your life. And Teddy passed, and then a few years later his daughter also lived to be 17, and when she passed I just said, I am not going through this again. And then when Mom got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, even before that I was thinking, well, it would be nice to have a pet for Mom, but I'm having hard enough time taking care of her. And then when she's gone, I've got the dog, because I had this 17-year span in my mind. But when this dog came up, I just couldn't say no. And I'm in love. She's right here down beside me. And it's good for Mom. And the part I hadn't expected was it's good for me. And she is very obedient, which my Chihuahuas weren't, in spite of the fact they were trained by professionals. Like the day after I tried to work with them after the professionals were gone, it was like, oh, I don't think so. But Sita and I take walks together, and she looks at me when I ask her to, and she's pretty ravenous right now, but I noticed just today she's calmed down just a little bit. So anyway, it's so like the rest of my life. This joy has come into it, and I didn't really have much to say about it. I couldn't imagine sending her to the pound or any animal unless they were so vicious or so out of control that I couldn't handle them. And so anyway, there's 3 of us now: Frank, Juanita, and Sita. So just wanted to share that story with you. I'm sure you'll hear more about Sita as the months and weeks go on. Thanks for spending your time with me. From the bottom of our hearts, we wish you peace and joy.